Good morning, everybody. My name is Cheryl Mayweather Abdallah, and I'm here with my daughter-in-law, Alexsia'S Mayweather. Good morning, Alexsia'S.
Good morning.
Hi, I'm here with Sister to Sister, and we want to talk about death in the family, a death of a loved one, a death of a friend. We talked about it the last time, and we just touched on it. I just want to touch on it a little bit today, too. Sometimes when people die, some people can't let go, and they hold on to it, and it's not good to do that. It's like not healthy. And Alexia, you said your dad died at 40 something years old?
Yes, he was 49.
That's pretty young.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah. Yeah.
how did you deal with that?
Huh?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I didn't attend his funeral because I wanted to remember him in a positive way.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
So people might judge me for, oh my gosh, she's such a bad daughter, so I was really close to him. And he put me in a position to handle all of his affairs when he passed away, but I didn't attend his viewing. He didn't have a full funeral. There was a viewing for him at the mortuary, and I didn't go because I didn't want that last memory to be of him in the casket for that memory. So the last memory I have with my dad was us hanging out, and it was good.
I do that too.
I don't know. I guess, I have my moments when I miss him, obviously, but the reality is that we all have to die one day.
Yep.
And hope that we live a good life and impact the people that we come across in a positive way so that they can have good memories and there's no hard feelings when a person passed.
I couldn't have said it better myself. But I do the same thing. I don't go to funerals anymore. I decided not to. I want to remember them as how they were when I was with them, and I like that. I mean, because they're supposed to live, or their memory's supposed to live with you anyway, and we do all have to die. And when people realize that, when they come to the realization that we all have to die, I think it'll be easier for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Some people can handle funerals. I don't think I'm one that can. I don't want to see people that I love in a casket, or I don't know how. If I had my way, everybody would be cremated with a picture.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh, yeah, death is a part of life, and I think when people realize death is a part of life, they can deal with it better. And so I just want to touch on that a little more. That's a subject that's probably going to always be out there all the time, probably for the rest of everybody's life, because it's a part of life. And almost every day somebody go through a loss of a loved one. But now on a lighter note, I want to talk a little bit about "Is Your Mouth Saved" by Joyce Myers. I'm not going to say the same thing she said, but she has these tapes out that pretty much tells everybody, be careful what you say. There's power of life and death in the tongue. And I listened to it this morning because I got the tapes and I could not listen to them. I could not find a cassette recorder to listen to them for the last few months. I mean, I could have ordered one, but I didn't. So I listened to it this morning, and it's just as great as I thought it was. Because words are just as sharp as someone physically hitting you. Sometimes words hurt more than physical hits.
Yeah. I think my opinion is that words are spiritual. And when you say something and you have an emotion behind that word, whether it's good or bad intention, eventually it manifests at that point when you say it. So, we do have to be careful with the things that we say. I believe that words are powerful because they can be hurtful, and they can also feel good at the same time. So we should watch what we say.
Yeah.
We gotta watch it. We gotta watch it.
I'm still training myself too. Nobody's perfect. I'm still training myself too, because out of anger, people say a lot of things that they wouldn't normally say. And I do it. I'm guilty of it even today, and I'm still working on it because immediately I feel guilty. But sometimes, it do feel better to say things like that, but it's still wrong. And so I'm still working on it, progress and work. I guess we learn every day for the rest of our life.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a work in progress too, because I feel like we all have gifts, and some of us have the anointing more than others. So, us being anointed, the ones that are anointed, we have to be more careful what we say, because whether we're angry or happy, we're still operating in our anointing. So so when we say stuff, it manifests quickly, whether it's good or bad, because we're children of God. So I feel like more so we have to be even more conscious of the things that we say, because it's the mouth is powerful.
Yeah, just Myers was saying that too, though. She was saying that, and I knew this, but still, sometimes we have to hear it again. We are the representative for God. We represent God. We're supposed to be the light in the darkness. We're supposed to be the person that's bringing positivity and goodness in the world when no one else is doing it. And it's not easy doing that. It's not easy being that person every day. So I struggle with it. I've been struggling with it forever. But I do know that I'm always go back to where I'm supposed to be, and I'm going to continue to strive to go there. Even though it's a struggle and fight to get there, I like it better on Team God than Team Devil.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
I know I feel guilty too when I say things that I shouldn't say, and I get, I feel in my spirit at that very second, like, oh man, you shouldn't have said that, Alexis, and I'm like, I have to go repent, and I'm like, I'm sorry, God,
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I'll fight my tongue, I'm like, I don't want to fight my tongue, like, but that's God just, like, correcting me, like, Lexi, watch your mouth, come on, you gotta watch what you say.
He correct us quick. It happens quickly when you are a Christian, and when you holy filled, it do happen fast. It's like immediately. As soon as you do something wrong, that's it. It's right there. So that's why that's what makes me actually want to strive better to not be that way, especially the words though, because it's a lot of things that said to me that hurt me, and then sometimes you'll put up a wall or a block so no one can hurt you again. But when you put that wall or block up, you can't let God in. Because I know a long time ago, before I got to the point I'm at now, God told me I have to open my heart to love Him before I can love anybody else. And I'm like, open my heart, because I was like a brick wall, and I learned I had to open my heart. Once I started opening my heart and loved Him, it's been okay ever since. It's been great ever since, but it's still a struggle, because when people come in your life and they hurt you, it makes you want to, sometimes not deliberately, but you end up hurting them back. And then my defense mechanism is to run away from the problem, and I'm good. But it's still going to be with me wherever I go.
Yeah. My defense is, I need help letting stuff go too, because my defense is like, I can cut people off so easy like that. Like, if I feel like they hurt me, and then like why would you put yourself in the position again to be hurt again? But I have to realize, people are not perfect. I'm not perfect, because it's like, okay, Alexis, you did that, so you want forgiveness from God, so you need to bring somebody some forgiveness, at least, even if you know they don't have bad intentions, so you gotta no one's perfect.
Right.
I tell myself that, because I'm not perfect. So it's important for us to, forgive too, so that we don't harness that in our spirit, and then also too that we're also forgiven by God. So
I've been very
just blocking people off. I gotta learn I'm learning to forgive.
I've been now. See, I was lucky in that department. Forgiving is as easy as I breathe, but everybody's not so lucky in that department. I am lucky in that department, but I'm not so much in as far as cutting people off. Running away. I'm good at that, but I don't want to always do it, because sometimes you do have to confront and face people, whether you want to or not, and then to make the situation easier. Some things you don't confront, some things you do confront. But I don't think we're supposed to constantly be in the midst of someone that's constantly hurting us, because they know not what they do. It's like, that's actually a situation I haven't really conquered yet. How do you deal with, actually, let me ask you, you might know, how do you deal with somebody that's in your life that constantly say things or hurt you because they're not together? If you give somebody that they're not totally together, and you are, not totally together, but let me put it another way. Like, you cleaned out your closet, all the stuff that happened to you bad, you pretty much faced it, and you ready for a relationship. But then, like me, I didn't think about getting in a relationship with somebody that wasn't ready, that didn't clean out their closet. How do you deal with that unevenness if they didn't clean out their closet and you did, and you guys still find yourself back to each other, but it's a struggle because they still disrespecting, they still say things they shouldn't say, and they don't know, they know not what they do. How do you deal with that situation? Because I don't know how.
Um, that's a good question. Honestly, me, I'm a tattletale. I go to God. I'm like, look, God, this person did this, and I just want to communicate with my adversaries, and I just want you all to help me because, I need to be able to get along with this person, but it's just like every time something happens, words are exchanged that are met, so Lord help me. I just pray about everything.
Yeah, you have
really
to.
Do. I pray about everything. And plus, too, we gotta operate in love.
Yeah.
We gotta operate in love, and then try to see the situation as if it was us. What if it was us? How would you want that person to give us, treat us? Would you want that person to treat us with grace, like you want grace, or vice versa? So I don't know. It takes building up character.
Yeah.
I think building up the individual's character.
I agree. I mean, I'm still going through that little situation myself, and it seems like it's like out of my control, over my head, and I know what I want. I know the direction I'm going, but I keep getting back to this situation, and the person seems like they're making progress, and then they just go back to the same thing. It's like, are you supposed to stay on? I'm asking you like I'm asking you questions. You supposed to stay on that roller coaster ride or hop off? I mean,
I mean, it's a level of tolerance too. It's like it's also an individual's level of tolerance. Like, what can that person put up with? How much does that person love that person? And a consciousness to also know that they need to be delivered. Because at that point, if they're trying to change, but they keep on falling short, then it's a deliverance thing. Like, that person needs. So you gotta pray that spirit off of that person.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different factors. And then also, too, we have to cultivate our spirit. Like, Lord, fill me with more love so that I can tolerate, certain people or certain situations when it comes up to dealing with human beings. Lord, fill me with more love, kindness, and agape love, and the things that you want me to do so I can handle these human beings.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people. It's hard to deal with these people out here, even driving. Oh, my God. The road rage people, I think I'm one of them now. No. Most of the time when people they cut in front of me all the time, they try to make me have an accident, and I get tired of it. So some days I let them go ahead and run into each other, but some days I don't feel like playing those games. And out here they're real bad. They're real bad. They do this every day, all day long, and I drive most of the time. They always jump in front of you right at the last minute, pretend they're going somewhere they don't, almost causing an accident. It's a constant thing, and most of the time I can ignore it. And I listen to Robert Clancy all the time. He helped me get through it. The followers, the monitoring spirits is the correct name. Monitoring spirits, information gatherers, whatever you want to call them. But he helps me through my day because I listen to him all morning before I walk out the door. But I still go through it, but it's not as bad as it usually is, when I listen to my pastor. So it's like, it's a lot of stuff that you have to deal with in this world, and oh my God, it's getting worse. So yeah, prayer. We have to pray all the time. What they say, pray without ceasing.
Ceasing, yeah. And then too, like, since you're conscious like that too, and we're conscious, because I'm gonna say I am too. We have to be able to hold our cool even more so.
I know.
Because we know that the enemy is here to kill, steal, and destroy. And if they can kill us by car accident or anything, they will.
Yeah.
But by God's grace, He's keeping us. Just like we went to LA, meeting your son yesterday, and I dropped him off so he could handle his business. And then I had to go pick up some mail. And these drivers are crazy, but I had to keep my cool because I knew, like, if I would have went off, I would have gotten the parts.
Yeah.
That makes my thyroid, raise up. That makes my blood pressure go up. So I'm like, okay, Lord, help me and keep these crazy drivers. So I'm directing traffic with my hand. I'm like,
yeah.
And they move, the cars move. I do it.
Wow, that's the way you deal with yours. That's the truth. I haven't heard that. Whatever works for you. Because me, I just say I better drive less. I need to drive less because I'm getting tired of it. Because I drive all day, I get tired. So I'm dealing with all day. So I start driving less, and that's how I've been handling it.
Yeah. sometimes you gotta decompress.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm Cheryl Mayweather Abdallah here with Sister to Sister, my daughter-in-law, Alexsia'S Mayweather. And we just wanted to talk a little bit about a few things that can help others. And I talked a little bit about my issues, and she talked a little bit about hers. And we just testing the waters on these subjects today. And then we can talk again. You want to do this again? Maybe you can pick a subject?
Sure. Sure.
Okay. Well, we're
I don't
going to...
mind. I enjoyed talking to you.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed talking to you too. And thanks for the tip. No, we'll be back again with Sister to Sister.
You have a lot of good tips too.
Thank you. We'll be back again with Sister to Sister, Cheryl Mayweather Abdallah and Alexsia'S Mayweather. Thank you. Bye.